Oh gosh. Eternally. You're absolutely everything for me. Oh baby. The blue god is there. The voodoo doo, voodoo doo, voodoo. And the total of all sums. Hello, hello. I am very concerned about what's happening in Taiji, Japan. They rounded up 250 dolphins and one albino baby was among them. They took the albino baby. They claimed the baby is worth millions and millions of dollars to those sea parks, ocean parks, zoos type of things, and entertainment parks. And they took the dolphin baby, the albino, and they put him in one of those entertainment parks. And there he's being trained and lives in captivity now for the rest of his life. They tore him away from his mother. And you can imagine how painful that must be for the mother and for the baby. And I can just imagine the mother screaming for her baby. And the dolphins, they're mammals. They're like horses, Great Danes, humans, and they're actually more intelligent than humans and much more evolved. The brain is more evolved. They have a much higher social structure. They care very deeply about each other and also about other living beings, not only about themselves. Their love is beyond all borders, and something humans should learn from. We should learn from this. And instead, the Japanese fisher people are rounding them up in that cove, in that Taiji cove. It's like it's an engulfment of rock formations, I think, or it's like a port, and they somehow are able to coach them into this cove and keep them in there and keep them. They put some barriers up so they can't get out, and there they take out certain dolphins that they put into those amusement parks, and the other ones they slaughter up right there in a thick blood bath. And there are documentary films made about it. They show it in detail. Some courageous people have gone there to protect the dolphins with their own bodies. Those are my absolute heroes. I think those are the ultimate heroes. They are the absolute heroes of planet Earth. Those people who go there and they protect animals with their own bodies, risking being tortured to death. That is the absolute. And those people are saints in my opinion. Those people are the highest of all. They have the highest ethics of all humans. They have the same ethics as the dolphins have. Those real hero people. They love naturally. That's natural love ability. And everybody can learn from them. Everybody should learn from them, instead of always listening to the corporate propaganda. Listen to those people, because those people don't have a corporate agenda. Their agenda is love. Listen to people who have the agenda that says infinitive and unconditional love. And I am deeply concerned about this incredible rift that is happening now in the world, and particularly within the United States. This rift, this Cold War that is burning, glowing, a cold glowing that seems to widen, and the propaganda, of course, from the market psychologists widens this rift further and further and further by putting out hate propaganda against anybody who would do something for justice, anyone who does something for justice, who cares, who loves, who brings love to the world, which to them only stands in the way of their excessive profits. The corporate agenda wants to widen the rift between the people who are going out there to create justice, to help the animals, the environment, and other people. And those are the fearless ones. They are not afraid of being ridiculed. And then we have the other side of those are the people who are terrified of being ridiculed. They're terrified of being labeled things. And out of this comes this willingness to be peer pressured into a certain way of thinking. And that's what causes all of the problems. Because if the people were not afraid of being ridiculed by other people, it does hurt, it does hurt. Like, for example, I get insulted a lot. But should that stand in the way for me to speak the truth? No. Okay. Because, and if everybody did this, if everybody went out there and said the truth, and really spoke from their heart, from their caring, from their kindness, from their love, if everybody started to do this, then Frank Luntz and Richard Berman and all those corporate market psychologists, they could not peer pressure you anymore. They just couldn't do it. It would fail. These whole sneaky things that they put into TV shows, to put anybody down who cares, and this terrible bigotry and this terrible phobia of homosexuals, that's all played out. It's made worse, and it is played out. And if you stick to who you are, whether you're gay or straight, whether you like to have long hair as a man or short hair, or whether you are a woman and you like to be homely looking without makeup or with makeup, whatever, be who you are. Just present yourself as the way you like yourself, you feel comfortable about yourself, without being afraid that you might not fit like a cookie cutter puzzle piece into society, And if everybody goes out there and speaks up and protects others, regardless whether they're going to be hurt with words or hurt with swords, it doesn't matter. If you do this, if everybody did it, then the corporate agenda would not have a foothold in our society anymore. Then all of this overconsumption and this coaxing people into overconsumption and buying their products out of peer pressure, that wouldn't be happening anymore. We could save the environment. We could save the animals. We could save other people. Everything could get better. Why would it bother you if some complete loser puts you down? Anybody who is grounded within themselves and who feels love and who speaks the truth would never ever in a million years, forever, in eternity, put somebody else down. Okay? It just wouldn't happen. Okay? People put other people down because they deep down feel really, really bad about themselves. And by putting other people down, they can feel better about themselves. They can, in that moment, it's a very fleeting moment. Okay? It lasts for a second, this illusionary feeling of, I got one up on you. You know. And then after a moment it fades away, and then they might even realize, ew, now I did even more loser type of things. Now I'm realizing, ew, I put someone down. I'm a real fuck douche, you know. And so then they have to go out and they put someone else down again so they can feel a little bit better in that moment, kind of like a drug addict, you know. But it doesn't last, you know. And the other person they put down, if it's someone who is grounded within themselves, they know, oh, what a fucktard. Throw that away. Delete that, you know. It doesn't matter. Okay, those people exist. Yeah. So what? Good people exist too. Yeah. And so I want to encourage everybody to go out there and be themselves. Be who you are. Love, okay? Love the animals. Rescue the animals. Speak up for the environment. And speak out for the dolphins. And I want everybody I want everybody who makes music, like everybody who sings and has a guitar, make a song for that albino baby, and you can read that on Facebook, on Paul Watson's Facebook page. Okay, he explains what happens. There's a video which I could not watch. It's too hard for me to watch. I break down, but I saw the photos and it's heart-wrenching, and the story. But we have to be informed about this. We can't be looking the other way and then have horror happen in the world because nobody says anything. We have to look at it, we have to face it, no matter how sensitive we are. And believe me, I am ultra sensitive. I'm so ultra sensitive that I fall into very deep depression a lot. Okay. And I have migraine headaches sometimes, and I have high blood pressure, and I feel really, 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 really horrific. And sometimes I cry every day over it. But this is my mission of love. Because I want to help, and I want to encourage other people to help too. You can take breaks in between. Be good to yourself always, but don't look the other way because it is too hard to hear. Okay. Don't say, oh, I'm whatever, 80 years old, no, I don't need this anymore. Why should I, you know, Oh, Geschwister Scholl, they gave their life, you know, they had to pay with their lives because, but guess what? Geschwister Scholl made the Holocaust end much faster, okay? So let's learn from Geschwister Scholl. Let's learn from this. Let's not allow more Holocausts to happen in this world. The dolphins are more evolved than we are, okay? And they're going through a Holocaust in Japan. It is horrific what the exploitation is horrific on the whole planet. People exploiting animals. Okay? We can stop this. We can do everything we can to stop this. We have to. This is our duty of love. We have to do this. So if anybody who makes music, take your guitar, write a song for that albino dolphin baby. That albino dolphin baby is there for a reason. Albinos are the animals that that are always standing out in the wild, of course, and those are often the ones that are being slaughtered by other animals because they're more visible usually, except in the polar regions. So the albinos, even in Africa, there are some albino people, and they're being slaughtered by other Africans. They're being eaten. It's absolutely horrific what's going on the whole planet. Albinos suffer. You know, there was an albino elk, and I heard that he was shot down by hunters. They are looking for those, and as trophy hunters look for them, and all kinds of people want albinos, want to hunt albinos, and then also a lot of people want to see albinos in the zoos, and it's an attraction. That's why they're worth more. And so this albino baby dolphin came here to help. He came here, he gave himself, he gave his well-being to us. He gave himself into a situation of suffering in order to highlight this situation that is going on out there. And that's why we need to take this now. We need to pick up right here where it is in the story, and we need to write a song. I'm not a good songwriter. I need other people to write poetry and songs. I will try to write a poetry. I will bring my notebook upstairs, and while I sew, I will try to think about words and how to write this poetry, and whatever comes to my mind I'm going to write down. And I want other people to do it too, and if it's just a spoken word, I will speak it tonight and make a video on my computer about it. And other people who are good musicians write a song about it. It could be any kind of music genre. It could be heavy metal, it could be Minnesang, it could be indie guitar music, anything that you want to portray it with, and any kind of instrument. Guitar is great for this, of course. And write a song about the albino dolphin baby coming here to Earth to show us the path, and to tell people to go within themselves and to discover the love within themselves. This is so incredibly important. And I hope we can come up with songs, and we need to show these songs on the internet, everywhere on the internet. Show it to as many people as possible. John Denver, he touched so many people with his music about saving the animals and the environment. Rocky Mountain High, if anybody of you remembers the song. Very, very deep, very powerful, very passionate music about nature and the beauty of nature, and the beauty of the flow of life, and vitality, and that we need to protect this flow of life. We need to protect health and vitality, and not listen to this terrible, terrible corporate slander of environmentalism. These corporations, they use religion as a vehicle. They use that as they hide themselves in it. They disguise themselves in religion, and people buy it. 400 years ago, if you told a Christian somewhere around the planet, if you told them, you know, there's this oil company here, and they want to pollute, and they want to do all this, so they want to make Christianity look like it is pro-oil. That person would have said, "What? That's crazy. I don't want my forest to be logged down. I don't want the ocean to be polluted. I don't want the whales to suffer." they would have had enough sense, because back then the corporate agenda didn't have a foothold into their religion yet. So they would be saying, of course I don't want this. Jesus Christ himself would go insane if he heard people, if he heard Rand Paul talk, or any of these hardcore right-wing Republicans. He would say, what are these people doing with my name on top of it, you know? How dare they use my name against nature, you know? That's not what Jesus Christ stood for. Jesus Christ stood for justice. Okay, he was a warmonger because he had so much anger in him, but he stood for justice. Okay, and that's what people seem to forget, all of this, these origins of everything, and they seem to forget that they call people pagans. The pagan religions in Europe, they were in tune with nature. They weren't perfect either. They were in a lot of fear. They were religious too. It was a religion. Religion started a long time ago because of fear, because they didn't know how to handle things right. They thought that there were gods that were giving them droughts, you know. It wasn't gods that gave them droughts. It's just the forces of nature itself, that's just existence. You know. That happens. Those are fluctuations of weather, these things. And nowadays, we're having drastic weather fluctuations. And that's because of pollution. And people need to realize this, okay? And not jump on the corporate bandwagon and accept all those lies. Listen to love. Listen to nature. Go out in the forest and really listen to nature. Sit there and go within and listen to the sounds. It will tell you something. It will sing you songs of truth, of existence. This is life, okay? It's not some kind of sermon. The sermon of love is the sound of the leaves in the trees.